Welcome to Tetsu Talk MMA. This week, Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. I'm sorry, I'm messing their names up. It's late. That's probably why. Kind of tired. But yes, I forgot all about this fight. And the card that comes along with it is not too bad. It's like a pretty decent card. So we have a decent card here to my standards. Matter of fact, let me introduce my co-host, the one and only Prince Dunn. What's up, Prince Dunn?
What's going on, people? What's up, peoples? What's up, Apollo, man? What's cracking?
Same old, you know. Here to get some good MMA information for you guys that like to do DraftKings and fantasy bets and bets on top of bets. Because most of the time we have our predictions pretty right. So here's the place to come to. So like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You don't have to hit it if you don't want to. But please like and subscribe. To me, those are number one and number two. Anyway, so UFC on Fox. I plan to probably do this live. So if you're checking this out, tune in when it goes on live. And I will be on live. You can live chat like right now. You can live chat. Speaking of, the one and only Dane Bunbury, as I know him as Hook Bunbury, just responded. And let me say, hello, my friend. And that's exactly what I put. Hello, my friend. So UFC on Fox. When was the last time we had a UFC on Fox?
Man, it's been a little minute, man. When was the last one? That's a good question, man. I can tell you this. We haven't had a big one in a while. It's been quite some time since I can remember. Like a monumental, UFC on Fox. They just not like they used to be, man. I don't know.
True. Yeah, I mean, if I can't remember the last one, that's not a good thing. I should be able to remember the last one. But Dane Bunbury said, Mr. Roger. I don't know what that means. What the hell that Mr. Roger? Is that a fighter nickname? Is that what he's talking about for the last UFC fight? He'll let me know. He's listening. Right on.
Mr. Rogers. We referring to Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Yeah,
but the last, remember the last UFC on Fox? I just looked it up, man. The last UFC on Fox was Emmett versus Stevens. German Stevens KO'd him.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Emmett you remember that card now? Yeah, I remember that card now.
Yeah, that's true. I was trying to remember who Emmett fought because I met a guy this week that actually knows Emmett. Because he's like, you're an MMA fan, right? I was like, yeah. He said, I know Josh Emmett. Actually, I know him through his brother. I know his brother for a long time. I grew up with him. I was like, wow. And it's funny we bring that up because actually like 2 days ago that happened. That's crazy. But
that's crazy. Yep, last UFC fight was Emmett and Stevens, man. So I mean, that would be like an undercard fight for the old standards in which Fox used to hold the UFC and some of the fight cards they used to put on. That would be like the first opening fight. But that was the main event.
Yeah, Stevens' head is like up there now too because he had 2 knockouts in a row, and like I can't stand him. Like I really had no beef with him. Actually, I felt kind of bad for him when McGregor dissed him. It was like, who are you? That shit was funny. But be honest, I just I'm not a fan of him. I don't know, like probably because he's trying to be the next McGregor, be hella cocky. I don't know.
Man, I don't know. I like Jeremy, man. He is straight. He a savage, man. He's a straight shooter, and I can respect that, man. He's a straight shooter. I never really got to meet him, or I never had any encounter with him when I was in San Diego, and but at the same time, man, it would have been, man. He's a straight shooter, man. So you have to respect that, even if you don't like him, But I love his fighting style. I don't know about on the street if I would like him, but I like his fighting style, man.
Okay, I don't know what that means. Like, I like his fighting style, but on the street, I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Would you like to give detail, or you like to leave it alone?
Nah, he's just a straight shooter, man. That's, he's that type
Yeah.
of dude. Seemingly he's a straight shooter. So, but
All
but
right.
yeah, man. But we'll see, man. He got Aldo next. They seem like they give Aldo. They doing Aldo the wrong. I'll say that, man. I'll say that right now. That's treat a champion like this.
Aldo, what's going on with Aldo? I'm not even aware of this.
They have Aldo fight Aldo's next fight is Jeremy Stevens.
Say it again.
Jose Aldo, his next fight is Jeremy Stevens.
Oh, I like that though. I want Jeremy to get his ass whooped. I think Aldo will get
Hey
him.
man, they
You
trying to
think
do
so?
Aldo dirty, bruh. I think they trying to do Aldo dirty. I think Jeremy will KO Aldo, man.
You think so?
I think he gonna KO Aldo, man. Yeah, man. I
Uh,
mean, when it's over, man. It comes a time to where you can't just keep getting knocked out thinking it's, it's all good. You feel me? You can't just be getting knocked out fight after fight and like, oh well, it's just nah.
yeah. No. I agree. Like I think Aldo, even though he's still young, he's like fighting wise, he reached his limit. Like the guys
He's like,
nowadays,
he's like a 2013 rental car. It's a 2013, but it's 2018, so you got a 5-year rental car on your hands
he's like
with like 3,000 miles on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like
That's,
he's like what Jeremy Stevenson. I'm sorry, Jeremy Stevenson. Get him out of my head. What you call it? Pettis. Like I said about Pettis, not to hate against him. He liked my UFC 3 online gaming, thing. So post. So I don't want to throw shade, but I just got to keep it real. Like I said about Anthony Pettis, he's very his style is now everybody caught up to their style, which their style was like beyond everybody else, before everybody else time during their time. But now everybody else is at their level, so their style is not that orthodox or anything like that. Well, I want to say something right quick. So Dane Bunbury, aka Hook Bunbury, said Mr. Rogers used to say, "Hello, friend," which is true. He did say that. He said Stevens is a savage. I'm playing UFC 3 and chatting in between. Good. Then he says, Aldo is coming to put over all the upstarts. He is like Cena putting over those guys, all those guys. That's funny. Good one, Dane Bunbury.
It's like knock out Jose Aldo and become a star, or knock out Jose Aldo and you get a title shot. You get a title shot. You feel me? Like that's why I say they doing them dirty, man. But
equals.
Yeah, but we won't go get too in depth with Aldo though, man. But what we have to talk about, because we missed it. A lot happened over the course of the weekend, man.
Yeah.
And we had a Max Holloway fight that we thought was gonna happen, and that fight didn't happen. We had an Anthony Pettis fight we thought was gonna happen with Chiesa. That didn't happen. It's a lot happened, over the weekend. As far as the whole, I guess you could say the Irish takeover, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But what you think about this past weekend, and this fight card, man? I was looking forward to on Tuesday, and by the time we got to Friday, I literally lost maybe 30% of my enthusiasm about it. What you think, Apollo?
I lost my enthusiasm when they put in Pettis. Damn, like it feel like I'm bagging on Pettis, but I'm not.
Hey, Pettis, woo, dodged that bullet. Pettis versus Khabib. He's like, let me drink some water real quick. I can't make weight.
No, I think what happened.
He's like, ain't one of them type of problems. No, his style and Khabib's style is like, you don't want them type of problems. Ally and Quinter probably did better than Max Holloway and Pettis and Felder because he's a wrestling-based fighter. You know what I mean? Those guys aren't wrestling-based fighters.
What I think would happen.
It'd been like bully beatdown if he fought Anthony Pettis. It'd have been like bully beatdown, man. Yeah. Pettis was preparing for a striker.
Yeah. What I think happened with Pettis was that once he heard word that he was not fighting, he just started eating. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I would do. Like I'm fucking hungry. I know I ain't fighting, so I'm good. I think he already got this little partial purse or whatever, just for the inconvenience. And once they say, "Oh, are you good to fight?" He's like, "Oh shit, yeah, I'm good to fight." But thinking that he probably still got that the momentum or whatever, metabolism is still set to burn off that weight, and it totally didn't happen. So that's what I think happened. I mean, that's my.
Once you put that water weight back on, man,
yeah.
I mean, it's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
The guy, he's so big, man. He's so big for the weight class to where he started cutting weight so early. So I mean, by the time Wednesday, if he had any full meal, other than like some spinach and some like fish, and maybe like two, like 1, 2, like almonds or something. You know what I mean? If he had anything more than that, he wasn't gonna make weight. Like he cut a lot of weight.
That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. So let's get into let's sum up.
But what you think? What you think about McGregor, man? And what you think about this situation that we have now, to where we have 3 champions?
Yeah, I almost forgot what we were talking about. I mean, I just got thrown off with the whole Pettis thing and shit again. I think they said McGregor got stripped, right? He got stripped of the title, so he's not even a champion. He's like a title contender now. Yeah,
they vacated his belt technically. Usually after a year, 365 days, you get stripped. But they gave him an extra, 200. So he got stripped at like 500 days. He took almost 2 years.
Yeah, you're like that's kind of like when you're in jail, you get a life sentence. It's like 200 years. Like, how the fuck you gonna do that? I mean, they basically saying you're in there for life. Just say life. Why give motherfucker like 120 days? It's like nobody doing 120 days in jail. This is crazy shit. Anyway, I just feel like what happened definitely will hype the fight even more. What happened will make this fight even bigger once McGregor and Khabib lock horns. I think you definitely got to do Tony Ferguson and Khabib get out the way. I think for a fact, regardless if Mayweather actually, he said he's going to fight in MMA. He said it. I'm just saying, that's what he said. I know everybody got their thoughts that he full of shit. That's what I heard. He said it with his own mouth. I wish I had the video up right now. I'd play it. Should have had it, but I didn't know this would be an actual subject. I think he will take the Mayweather fight, and his last fight, his final fight, will be the winner of Khabib and Tony Ferguson. I think that's what's going to happen with this whole situation. I think Ferguson and Khabib got a fight to take care of that people wanted to see for a while. And then it gets time for McGregor and Mayweather to do their fucking circus act and spectacle. So that's my intake on it.
The way I see this narrative, it's very interesting. Number one, the one thing I hate is when they use the narrative like, oh, that happened to Artem. And number one, Artem is Russian. Number one, they were speaking in Russian. And number like Artem, they were communicating on another level than what the surface, portrays. Yeah. That's number one. Number two, to try to think like, oh, he got his guys, and they rented a private jet, and they flew all the way to America to defend Artem. No, he was coming anyway. He had every intention on being in New York City the day he landed. Weeks ago, before this situation happened. So let's not, what I mean? Like he a savage like that. You go just, all right, I'm gonna just throw away $500,000 and I'm gonna fly. Nah, come on, stop. He was already coming here, and then they tried to make it like Dana was like, oh, well, the Mac Life guys, his guys let him in. So if Conor McGregor would have walked up, name one person in the UFC that's hotel Conor McGregor, he can't come in the building. They try to make it like his Mac Life people let him in, and he was an intruder, and he broke in. You know what I mean? Name what? If Dana White was at the door himself, and Conor McGregor was on the other side of the door, number one, you knew he was coming. Number two, if you didn't know he was coming, and you opened up your door and saw Conor McGregor standing out, what you gonna say? You can't come in?
Right.
So like that's bothered me actually. The way he tried to throw the Mac Life guys under the bus, and that could potentially and really. in some ways kind of destroy their production. You know, that's a production they're not backed by one of these big companies. Mm-hmm. You know, this is a group of people that, you know, that has a relationship with Conor, and they decided to make a production company, and he's trying to tear them down by like, oh, they let Conor in. Nah, if Conor, anybody will let Conor in. That's number two. And number three, I don't think Conor's gonna fight either Tony nor Khabib. Why would he fight Tony at this point? You know, but he's not gonna fight Khabib either. That fight, I don't think that fight happens. I think he comes back and fights Nate Diaz. And the fact that he got stripped gives him the right to fight Nate. You know why? Because he's not the champion. When you're the champion, you got to fight whoever the best is. When you ain't the champion, think about it. He's always been a contender, but he's never been a defending champion. When you're a defending champion, you have to fight the best. When you're not a champion, you can kind of pick who you decide to fight, or you can kind of come to an agreement with manager to manager to fight people. So he's going to fight Nate his next fight.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that. Oh, shit, so you were saying that I was going to comment on. I totally forgot.
And try to go off on a little rant, man, but that makes me mad, man, when you see, you know, like bullshit and propaganda, you know, they try to, you know, stir up and throw out there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and everything Conor did was wrong, man, but they trying to make it to where it's like, you know, they taking it to a whole another level. Yeah. Like they have no culpability, you know. They have a lot of culpability.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you. I just think, yeah, I heard it was supposed to be Nate, but after all this fiasco and the whole Mayweather trying to jump into the octagon, is him and Nate actually signed already, or is that just in the works?
Nah, that's just me, and I'm just putting the cart in front of the horse. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but it all makes sense. It all seemed like it all makes sense, though. But you know, it all makes sense now.
I think since people already had that fight twice, I think something fresh is more.
It don't even matter. Conor could fight Michael Jackson, who was fighting CM Punk, and he would, you know, he'll sell 100 buys, you know, a million buys rather. It don't matter who he fight. You know, he's at that level. It didn't matter who Ronda fought. They just want to see Ronda destroy someone.
If you fight Michael Jackson,
it didn't matter who Tyson fought. A lot of times you don't even know who Tyson was fighting. We just going to see Tyson fight. We literally have no idea who he's fighting. We've never seen him fight. True. You know what I mean? Well, he's fighting the cab driver, KOing the man in 2 rounds. You know what I mean? So, like, that's where Conor is. It's not about who he's fighting. It's about the fact that he is fighting, which is something he hasn't done in 2 years.
I kind of agree, but I kind of don't, because like, this thing I feel, the bigger the fight, the bigger the paycheck. He kept on a paycheck. Like, I feel like, yeah, if he fight anybody, he'd get a couple million. But I feel like the quality of opponent, or quality the bigger the story behind the competition, the more the box office is going to be. You know, so I do agree with you.
I just feel like as long as he have a dance partner, man. Like Mayweather was the perfect dance partner as far as promoting the fight. As long as he have a good dance partner to promote the fight, it don't matter who he fight. Like the biggest fight, like if you had Conor fight Tony Ferguson, if you had him fight Khabib, and if you had him fight Kevin Lee, and tell me which fight is going to make you the most money if you Conor McGregor. You already know it's Kevin Lee, because Kevin Lee going to do his part in promoting the fight. It's not about the actual fight. If you're watching the fight, I already have your money. So it don't matter the quality of the fight if you're watching the fight. I already have your money. It's about the build-up. And you know what I mean? So, like, that's why I think it is. It don't matter the quality of the fighter. It's all about Conor.
I don't know, because...
And as long as he have a dance partner, you know, that's going to do the promotion game with him.
I don't know. See, the whole thing about it is that I get what you said. Like, just like Tony Ferguson, like with Kevin Lee, they both will talk shit back to McGregor. Will make it a good tour run of entertaining, you know, hyping the fight up. I understand that, but I think the story of the guy that's 26-0 or 27 if he beat Tony Ferguson is the better story to tell. Like, that's one notch under McGregor belt. I think that's the story to me. It did a story on top of that. Not only that, it's the whole thing with the bus shit. I think, like, that's the story. That's the story. Like, that's like, okay, that's the personal beef. And like now, I think before Khabib would have been just kind of like lightweight, talking smack. I mean, not even that, just like kind of quiet. Okay, wait till we get an octagon. Wait till we get the octagon. But like now, since I think all this happened, Khabib will talk shit. You know what I'm saying? I think Khabib reads the fight. Other than Mayweather, I think Khabib is the second runner up for the big money maker. But I agree with every other person that you said. I agree with.
Man,
I mean, I agree with your.
I hope you're right, brother. That's the fight I want to see. I was just like, I'm just trying to put it in the perspective of how they think, which is about money and not quality. But that's what I want to see, man. I want to see Khabib. Hubby. I'm sorry, I said K. To take this, the K is silent, Apollo. I told you several times. Okay, again, the K silent. So I'm about to say it again. Hobbies, see, maybe we gotta put that in there. So yeah, Hobbies versus Conor McGregor. That's the fight I want to see as well, man. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, like it's all speculation, everywhere for everybody until Conor got a lot of legal shit to deal with now. So once all that shit get cleared, and once all these fights can get rebooked and kind of set a tone for the lightweight division, nobody knows. And even with Mayweather, it's just like Conor just pretty much, put a standstill on anything that can happen because he fucking idiot. But anyway, let's get into UFC.
Yeah, before we get into the card, man, we got to talk about your boy, man. We got to talk about your boy, man. Your boy fighting in Chicago, man.
Who's that?
I'm gonna let you go. Oh man, you ain't going? Thought you was going. Your boy fighting in Chicago. This gonna be his first fight in Chicago and probably his last fight in Chicago.
CM Punk.
CM Punk versus Michael Jackson.
Oh, that's doing.
Not to be confused.
Okay.
By the king of pop, Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson.
Yeah, when you said Michael Jackson,
the MMA reporter.
Yeah,
the cab driver, so to speak, the paper man.
When you said Michael Jackson, I got totally confused. I was like, damn, a dead body can be fucking or a dead body can make money on McGregor.
Like they keep that smooth criminal, like a smooth criminal going in this thing, man.
Thriller.
Get the moon walking all over.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I can talk about CM Punk. Like to me, I can't even take him serious. I'm being honest. I'm not even trying to bad. I'm not even trying to throw shade. I like the guy. He always was cool to me. When we used to work, on Wrestling Road and shit like that. But like when it comes to just actual MMA, it's just like, to me, like you can't take that. I mean, it's like I don't know. You can't take it serious though. I mean, that's like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean, what you want to say about it? What you want to say about it? I'll give you the floor.
Bro, he's 40 years of age, bro. What is going on in the world, man? He's 40 years of age, bro. Oh, my God.
Put it like this. Only thing I can say about CM
bro, he's 40 years of age.
CM Punk.
What's 40-year-old? It's a midlife crisis. It's an early midlife crisis is what it is. He's 40 years of age, bro.
Hold on.
He went his whole life not fighting.
Hold on.
Not fighting, not football, not a boxing, not a wrestling, not a nothing.
Hold on.
Nothing contact.
Hold on.
For the exception of the WWE, which is very contact. But go ahead, Apollo.
Yeah, hold on. All I want to say about CM Punk is that he will be back in wrestling. Period. I don't care if he tried a third fight. He will be back in wrestling. No doubt. And he will be one second. Shit off the key. He will be back in wrestling. And he will be definitely there for like another 5 years or something like that, or he probably be a part-timer. But he'll be back in wrestling. I don't see anything else different for CM Punk. I mean, not to hate on the man, not to put him down, but yeah, stop it, please. Go ahead. You got anything to say?
Hey, man, you didn't say who you picking in that fight, man. I want to hear your prediction, bro.
You know what?
Michael Jackson might take the dive, man. They might. If CM Punk win that fight, I guarantee you he fights again. I put that on everything.
Oh, yeah,
if he wins the fight,
of course.
in his mind, he's making progress, and he's gonna fight again. Like for real though, like he's really gonna fight again.
Of course. No, my whole thing is that. Oh no, how many wins how much experience this guy has? Nothing, right? I think
Michael Jackson, he has one loss, one MMA fight ever, and one loss against he fought Mickey Gall. He was Mickey Gall's fight. Like, all right, Mickey Gall, this is your UFC debut. If you beat this guy, you fight CM Punk, Mickey Gall. Mickey Gall choked him out in the first round. So he's a cab driver. He's actually an MMA reporter in Vegas. Actually, that's what he does. He's an MMA reporter with no amateur fights and no experience. But he liked the sport.
CM Punk probably get him then. Probably get him. I don't know.
So yeah, CM Punk really been training like they say he's training, and training. He's flying to L.A. at the Torrance Gracie Academy, and he's doing his work there on the ground, and then he's going to Duke Rufus in Milwaukee to do his kickboxing, and he's spending all his money, and he's so dedicated, and he's putting in all the time and the work, and he's getting better. And if all of this is true, he should whoop Michael Jackson's ass. But all of this ain't true, and this is propaganda. You're trying to sell us a fight, and he's gonna go out there, and it's gonna look like some world star shit. That's what it's gonna look like. It's gonna look like some unprofessional pay-per-view because he owned the pay-per-view. It's the UFC. It's a pay-per-view fight, so it's gonna be some world star amateur shit on the pay-per-view that you pay your $65, $70 for.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, yeah, that shit's a joke, but let's move on. I wish him all the luck in the world. He's a cool dude. But other than that, I don't know. So, UFC on Fox, Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. And also we have co-main event, which was, I think was Condit and somebody else. Condit and who was it? I forgot who he was facing. But anyway, it's...
Oh, yeah. Cowboy, Brazilian Cowboy Oliveira.
Yeah, I know.
He stepped in on 2 weeks' notice for Matt Brown. Matt Brown fell out of the fight. He tore his ACL in training, so that's not good for Matt Brown.
Yeah, so that's what's going on. But we're gonna predict the main card. We actually had a fight league where we just played the main card, so we're gonna do it the same way here. Predict the main card. So first up, we have my girl. Oh man! Oh shit! I ain't got her picture right now. I got her picture. Yeah, I can't bring her picture out. Damn! I should have never. Hold on a second. No, I don't want to mess with it. Damn it! It's right time to bring her picture out. Her autographed picture to moi, my one and only. Yes, Karate Hottie versus Michelle Waterson. Versus Courtney Casey. So, Courtney Casey. Hold on, let's look into something. Let's look something out. Let's look at something. Courtney Casey. So let me see if she fall last. My bad. Let me check out Courtney Casey. So, Courtney Casey. Let's check her credentials out. I watched her fight. I know her credentials, but I just want to, make sure I'm not, off with my, stats. So she's 7-5. She's actually not a bad fighter. She's been learning bit by bit, and she actually got it one submission, something like that. Let me see something right quick. You there, Don? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah, she had an impressive submission on Rena Marcos, who's no slouch on the ground. So, I mean, she got a good notch on her belt for submission, on her good submission and grappler in Rena Marcos. But since then, she hasn't really impressed me. She fought Claudia Cordelia, which that's not an easy fight. Then she went on and fought Jessica Ungalard, which is she beat her, but she's not that experienced a fighter. And then Felicia Hare, since she's experienced, but she's been on a winning streak off and on. I think she lost her last one, but yeah, like Courtney Casey, I don't really see her having a shot at winning this fight at all.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. It's really tough. I mean, as far as Casey goes, Courtney Casey, she's a very tough fighter. She's very gritty, but she's a very average fighter. Very very average fighter. And like I say, that's the best win in her career. In my eyes, is her win, against Randa Marcos. I mean, the fact is she's lost to a lot of tough girls, but her only key win is Randa Marcos. And her other two wins in the UFC, neither one of those girls have ever had a win in the UFC. One girl is not even in the UFC anymore. You know what I mean? And she beat Jessica Aguilar, who has yet to win a fight in the UFC. Yeah. So she, says she signed with the promotion. So I mean, it's tough to think, for me to think, that Courtney Casey is gonna win this fight, against such a well experienced fighter, like Michelle Waterson. So, and Michelle, she's fought the who's who. She's literally fought the best girls that the division has to offer. She may not have came out on top against those girls, but I think she has more experience, and I'm gonna go with experience in this one. And I'm gonna pick Michelle Waterson to get the win by decision. Though I think it'll be a decision.
Yeah, I got Michelle Waterson,
which she's a finisher. Like she's a bona fide finisher. But I think this is her first, decision that she gets, in the UFC that goes her way. So
yeah, I got Michelle Waterson too. She's my boo for one. I mean, I gotta go beyond her. I mean, she'll be upset with me if I don't, back her up. But she been having a little issues herself lately, as we look at her stats in the last few fights.
Yeah, she's on a little bit of a slump, but I mean, she's fighting the best in the world.
Yeah.
She's fighting the best in the world.
Yeah, she was on a roll for a minute. She had one submission against Angela Magana. I can't remember who that is, but like it was a pressing submission. I know that. And then she submitted Paige. Then Rose fucking knocked her in the head. That was her first loss since being in the UFC.
That was like the worst submission I've ever seen. To where that was the UFC on Fox, and she got kicked in the head. And then when Rose was choking her, she did not want to tap, and her nose started bleeding blood as she tried to breathe, and Rose was choking her, and her eyes got huge, like the death look. And they had the camera on UFC on Fox looking her right in the face, right before she tapped. So that was crazy, man. that was crazy.
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't really cut you off, but that crossed my mind. That was like the most vicious submission I've ever seen in my life because of the camera angle in which they gave. Most people tap, but like she tapped, like she was like, you saw death in her eyes.
Yeah, I felt bad for her. Like, but I was a Rose fan before her, and to me it was like triumphant moment for me. Like as a Rose fan, oh Rose, she tried to make a comeback, and she did. She fucking made a complete winning streak comeback and became a champion. But
world champ.
I thought Michelle Waterson was about to go on a streak of her. Well, she was on a streak already because that was her first loss, and then she fought Tisha Torres. And everybody go to decision with Tisha Torres. She's a good striker and stuff like that. But Claudia Cordelia kind of put her in her place. But that was still a hard fight for Claudia Cordelia. But yeah, I got Michelle Waterson for this one. I think she's really gonna take care of some business on this young girl. Like Courtney Casey is well-rounded, and she's very technical, but I think Michelle got way more tools in the box, to handle her. And I think she actually get a submission on this girl, to tell you the truth. That's I'm calling for submission. That's what I predicted on Prediction Kings, and that's what I'm going to predict today. So in a strawweight division, see, we kind of went kind of long. I really don't want to go too much longer. But I got to speak on stuff that come to my mind. But yeah, I'm trying to make certain things short. Let's try to make it short. So since Rose Namajunas, my first boo. Okay, how you play that game? Love, Mary, Love. I don't play that game. That's disrespectful. But anyway, Rose is my boo. Rose, I marry Michelle Waters is my side thing. So let's say so with Rose winning and taking JJ out, do you see anybody like not Courtney Casey? I don't think so. I think she still got to win a couple more fights to kind of get herself in that title contention. Unless they just feel like she's somebody to throw in there for a minute just to have a fight for Rose can, shine, whatever. But you think? Actually, I feel if Michelle Waters win this fight, you think she get Rose next, or you think Claudia Cordelia or somebody like that get her?
Nah, they're gonna give it to Jessica Andrade, who just beat Claudia Gadelia down, beat her down like a dog.
I forgot about that.
And then after that, she went and she beat Tisha Torres. Well, she didn't really beat Tisha Torres down. She just body slammed her to death.
That's who it was.
You know what I mean? So yeah, they're gonna have to give it to little. She's small, but she's powerful as a mud. She's a tank. She's a lot to handle.
Yeah, that's a tough fight for Rose because she could take shots too. She could take shots, and when she grab you, see, like Rose,
she just comes straight forward, man. So like, hey, she been getting hit with everything. She just eat it, and then once she get a hold of you, man, she's slamming you. She's literally picking these girls up, slamming them, man, like off their feet. You know what I mean? Straight down your Cormier style. You know what I mean? Straight slamming them like you did with Hendo.
Yeah, see, Rose got good. Good ground game, but I don't think she fought anybody like her that's like, very powerful on the ground.
Hey, man.
Her transition.
Josh Barnett had a good ground game, too, man. And it'll keep you from getting Cormier. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to trademark that, man.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Whenever you see her do that to a girl, I'm going to call that getting Cormier.
No, that's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm like saying that Rose got good ground game, but Jessica Andrade, she's so powerful, I don't think it even matter. You know what I'm saying? Like Rose got good transitions, but I think Jessica Andrade's strength, those transitions won't be easy to get. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel. So, like, I feel like she got danger standing up and down. So,
yeah.
Yes, I forgot about that. I don't know why I thought it was Claudia Cordelia that put hands on Tisha Torres, but it was Jessica. You're a little tough ass. But anyway, let's move over to the next fight on the main card, and that's Israel Adesanya. I think I pronounced it right, against Marvin Vettori. Adesanya, I'll call him Israel because I don't know if I'm burning the guy's name. The last style bender. There we go. He actually reminded me of John Jones when he fought his last fight. Let me check. I forgot who he fought. Let me see. Let's check this out. So,
yeah, he's a newcomer, huh? Yeah, I saw his debut, man. Then I looked at his record. I saw he fought Melvin Gillard, so I watched that fight as well. And he's a really, really creative striker.
Yeah.
And the only thing I would compare him with John Jones with is like they look alike. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's fucked up. We're like, oh man, all black people look alike, man. But that's not the case. But it is the case in this case.
Yeah.
You know, he looks similar to John Jones. They both 6'4". You know, they both super long. And you could tell, like, you see, you're starting to see these young guys that have, like, that they starting to take characteristics of fighters that we've been watching for years. And so the next generation is coming. And he's a guy that's obviously watched John Jones film, and he looks like John Jones a little bit, But he doesn't have the ground game at all, man. He's terrible. on the ground, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah. I mean,
he's real bad on the ground actually.
It shows right here. Yeah, definitely. I'm looking at the stats, and stats are up right now for everybody to watch right now. And my thing is, no, I'm not saying like to that level. I mean, as like striking wise, creativity. That's what reminded me of John Jones. It's a formula of how he moved and like coming up, being unique. That reminded me of John Jones a lot. That's all he really did anyway in that fight. But yeah, pretty much 69%. They say right here, 65% of his offense is striking, and pretty much 54% standing. Yes, grappling is at 0, not available at all, which means he doesn't, and no submissions. But
man, I feel like but Paulo, I feel like I need to apologize to Mr. Israel Adesanya. I feel like I need to apologize to him, man. I kind of see how I kind of young manned him a little bit, and I was like, all right, he's kind of biting John Jones. He's a young fella that admire John, and the dude's 28 years of age, bro. Dude was born in '89, so he ain't that much. Oh, isn't John Jones like 30 years old? So he's like 2 years younger. So I take that back. That back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, I'm starting to call people.
I thought he was a lot younger, man. I did not think this dude is almost 30 years old. He acts so much younger. He acts like a 21-year-old.
Yeah, I'm starting to call people a kid or young man, because I started realizing that even while I watch football, I sit there and be like, what? That's his age? But it's like, I know I ain't young.
I know, right? You're like, he's 24 years old. Yeah, or he's 20. He's like, damn, he's young. Yeah, this dude, I just thought he was a young man.
I'm a grown man. I look at them.
He's like 2 years younger than John Jones.
Yeah, I'm a grown man.
2 years younger.
I'm a grown man. I look at them, and they're grown men. I'm like, it's another motherfucking grown man. So I was expecting the same age. I don't know why. Knowing damn well you can't be 37.
Motherfucker be 29 in a few months.
Yeah,
he'd be like a year and a half younger. He'd be 29 in a few months.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
People can't be 37 in football. Saying playing and shit. I mean, unless you're a fucking punt kicker or whatever. But so Marvin.
But who you got? Who you got to win this fight though, man? With Marvin Vettori is no joke either, man.
Yeah. So Marvin Vettori, I've been watching him since he started as well, and Marvin Vettori. So yeah, I can't remember. It's that's why I got this way we can see their history in UFC, because I totally forget who they fought and stuff like that. But yeah, he fought Alberto Uda, who's not a easy person to beat, and he beat him submission. But Uda, I haven't seen him in a minute, so obviously he doing something. And Tony.
Yeah, he beat Miranda too. He beat Miranda too with Vitor Miranda.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. Antonio Carlos Jr., which is hard to beat. That guy usually submit people, but he lost by decision, which is a good thing. I mean, like most people lose by submission. He said Vitor Miranda, he beat recently. He had a draw with Omari. Actually, that was the last time I went to Fight Week. Yeah, Omari and him. I was surprised. I thought he was gonna finish Omari, and that didn't happen. But I got Israel, because I think Israel will finish him. Like I see this kid, and I see Marvin Vettori many times, and he's kind of, I don't know, like he's very stiff. Where this kid is fluent, and I think he can see what's coming from Vettori and catch him or whatever. Or I don't think Vettori is really that. He's not that impressive. The first time I saw him fight, I was like, okay, this kid has got potential. But then after a while, it's like when you see a person fight, it's like, either they prove what they did the first time, or they just, start, declining, or just stand, neutral to what they showed the first time. That's how I take it. I got Israel.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. I feel like both of these guys, they kind of just starting their UFC careers, and they're trying to get their feet underneath them. And it's really tough to judge who's the better fighter, which most people are like, oh, my God. But one guy is spectacular, and he creates a lot of entertainment value as a spectator when you're watching him fight. because of his ability to do unique things inside the octagon and excite people. But his ground game is so not UFC level. It's just not there, man. It's really bad. And this probably won't be the fight where that'll get exploited. But if Marvin Vettori and his camp, if they go out with the game plan, I think they go out. I think he would Rafael Cordero in Kings MMA in LA. So if they go out with the game plan, the right game plan, then they could get a decision win. But if they don't get the decision win, Israel is going to get the finish. So if it goes to finish, it's Israel finishing the fight because he has good takedown defense, which I did not see good takedown defense. Maybe in this fight he will have good takedown defense. But I'm going to go Israel TKO.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
I don't think he wins a decision, though. I don't think he wins a decision. But he has to finish the fight, I believe.
To make it obvious that his with the stats here, just 100% TKO, 17% for Marvin Vettori that he had a chance to get TKO. But majority of his stats.
We see that a lot outside of the UFC, though. You're not gonna knock people out like that in the UFC. The fighters are too good.
Yeah,
you just not gonna. That's just not realistic.
Majority of his stats.
So we see that a lot outside the UFC, though.
Yeah,
plus, he was fighting in New Zealand. We don't know who he was fighting, man. He was fighting in New Zealand. He's from New Zealand too.
Yeah,
even though he's Nigerian.
Stats is for subs, so that makes total sense. Let's move on and go to the next fight, which is the one and only Carlos Condit trying to make a comeback. I don't know why, man. It's like his era is done pretty much for me. To me, I think his era is done. It's came and went. Well, some people feel like they, can, make a comeback. So, you know what? I shouldn't say that because actually I take him in this fight. Actually, I think he has a chance. Let me see. Last fight, who did he fight? He fought somebody and lost.
Neil Magny. That was like his comeback fight.
Yeah. It was
because he had retired before the Neil Magny fight. He had retired because he was like, I don't want to do this no more. He had retired, so we didn't see him for like a year, and then he decided to come out of retirement and he fought Neil Magny, and he didn't come up.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, he did come up on the winning end when he fought Neil Magny. He kind of got outpointed,
Yeah, I noticed that Neil Magny, I think he had a good game plan in that fight. Because I was like, damn, how you let Neil Magny win this? But watching it thoroughly, it's like Neil Magny had his team came with a good game plan. I forgot what it was, but whatever it was, it worked against Carlos Condit. It kept him at bay. It made him respect Neil Magny's reach, and that's what he used this time. Neil Magny should have been using his reach since day one. But I think now he came to his own how to use it. But it's Neil Magny. Next fight, he probably gets smashed. Who knows? Damian Maia just is not nobody. It's not an easy task to beat. Damian Maia is like fucking like Khabib. Once he grab you, you better fucking know the best situation.
He choked him in like 2 minutes, man. I was like, that shocked me. I was like,
round one.
That it was not the game plan. Jeez. He got choked in like 2 minutes, man. It was bad. I remember that fight because he retired after that fight. And that's the fight that gave Damian Maia the #1 contendership to fight Tyron. When you do that to Carlos Condit, just choked him out. But but this fight, who you got, Apollo? You got Brazilian Cowboy, Alex Oliveira, or you got natural born killer Carlos Condit?
Be honest with you, I like Oliveira, but it's like once I feel like he faced somebody, I think I can gauge his how good he is. Like, he's not a bad fighter, don't get me wrong. Like, he's actually a good fighter. It's just like what level. It's like I don't know. Like I never can get a significant type of like he's that good, or he's at that level too. I know he can beat this person, this person. He's like, I don't know. He's so unpredictable as a fighter when he goes in there. Like he got heart. That's one thing I know he does. Like he can go in there and get his ass beaten and keep going until something happened where he can't get out of the situation. But because he lost against Cerrone bad. He had a bang out with fucking Yancy Medeiros.
Yeah, it was crazy. He could have won that fight. That if he was smarter, he would have won that Yancy fight, man. Because he should have won that fight.
Yeah, he got caught up into that.
And the Cowboy fight too. I don't know if you remember that fight. Like he hurt Cowboy on the feet. He was working Cowboy, and he shot for a takedown, and Cowboy wrapped him up. He ended up getting tapped. But he had hurt Cowboy on the feet in that fight. But I don't know, bro. It's tough, man, with this fight. I look at Alex Oliveira as a guy that he enjoys fighting. He enjoys fighting. And guys that enjoy fighting, they don't tend to do as well as guys that treat fighting like a job.
Yeah.
Guys that treat fighting like a job tend to do better than guys that love fighting. The guys that love fighting take unnecessary risk. Guys that love fighting take fights on 2 weeks' notice, which he's doing right now because Matt Brown pulled out of the fight with a torn ACL. So, guys that love fighting don't become champions. Guys that love fighting just fight and win some and lose some. And that's the type of fighter I see with him. He has all the skills to be a world champion, but I don't know, he is the little mistakes that he make, it costs him fights. We could be talking about a guy easily that's, I don't know what, 10-fight win streak. That could be him, just a few fights where a few mental lapses, and bad decisions got him caught, but he's a great fighter though, So I'm gonna go with the upset pick here. I'm gonna say Alex Oliveira gets it done. Somehow I would almost say he gets it done by decision. Just by being,
Wow.
I don't know, just more effective than Carlos. In this fight.
Think
when a guy retires twice, it makes me real hard to really think this is fighting, man. You retired twice. When guys retire in other sports, they don't come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when guys would name a guy that retires and comes back and it does well. Who does well after retiring? Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't do well after retiring. You retire because there's something missing in your heart or in your mind, and this is fighting. And so, Carlos Condit is great, though, man. I love watching Carlos Condit fight, but it's tough, man,
Yeah,
it's tough to pick a guy that keeps retiring and unretired.
If Condit loses fight against Oliveira, I think he definitely will retire officially. I got Carlos Condit.
You got a guy that loves fighting against a guy that, like, retired twice. A guy that loves fighting against a guy that retired twice.
Yeah. I got Carlos Condit because I feel like Carlos Condit is just more seasoned. I think more seasoned. I think he's a better striker, and I think Oliveira is going to slip. I think Carlos Condit is going to counter him and finish him. I think it's going to be Carlos Condit by TKO. I don't know if I picked that in my predictions, but I think I need to go back and check and try to change that before.
And I hope you're right. I hope you're right, man. I really hope you're right. I'm pulling for Carlos Condit, and I want, you had those two decisions where, like, every time you see something happen, do you pick with your heart or do you pick with your head? And sometimes you have a situation where your heart and your head cross. They have crossfires, and this one of them situations. I want Carlos to win. I hope he wins. I hope he wins and he doesn't take too much damage, and I hope he walks away from fighting if it's not his number one priority. And it's hard for me to believe it's his number one priority when you retired twice.
Yeah. Well,
it's fighting, man. It's getting hit in the head. It's not cool if you're not all in.
Yeah.
This is your life.
Yeah. Well, Carlos Condit either going to, keep the bags open in the locker room or, take his bag, zip it up, and call it a career. Next, we have the main event. Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. This fight should be a good fight. Dustin Poirier, he could be a patient fighter, but when somebody push him, he gets in exchanges. It's kind of like Anderson Silva was, some like similar to that. Anderson Silva, once he feel like you score on him, he got to score back. And that's how Dustin Poirier gets a little bit. But I already know who you got on this. I mean, pretty much you probably get your prediction. Well, you already give me your predictions, but I'm saying like we got a fight league, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna just give me your prediction. Let me know how you gonna bet in our fight league. What do you think about this fight?
Man, it's gonna be. I would expect it to be a good fight. I'm actually excited about this fight, man. I really am, because of the style, the personalities of both of these guys, to where they don't want their opponent to get an itch on them, and you like Dustin, man. Dustin have all the tools, man. He have all the tools to be world champion at 155. All the tools to fight a guy like Khabib and be successful. He has all the tools to beat a guy like Tony. But like you said, like Dustin, he got that hood in him. I say that, to where he'll be following the game plan perfectly to a T. And let's say in the second round, like he zig when he should have zagged, and you catch him with something. He's like, all right, then. And then he'll just step up and throw the game plan out the window and just come at you walking straight forward, throwing hooks at your head. Right. You know what I mean? That's the type of dude he is, man, which is cool, man. It's real cool. But I guess a guy like Gaethje, he would be playing right into his game plan, because Gaethje is more about heart. He has very good power, and he has very good wrestling defense, I guess you could say. He could use his wrestling offensively if he chose to, but he wants to stand up, and his wrestling allows him the luxury to be able to stand up with anybody and not have to worry about being taken down. Kind of similar to Chuck Liddell, who never really used his wrestling to take the fight to the ground, but he used it to keep it standing. And so I think we're going to have a slugfest. I would expect the fight of the night.
Yeah.
And I think Dustin gets the TKO or a late submission, but I think this fight goes into the championship rounds. I feel like if Dustin gets a finish, it's going to be in the late third round or early in the fourth round. And I feel like if it goes to decision, Dustin all the way, man. There's no way Justin wins a fight by decision. The only way Justin wins is if he gets a knockout, in the first two rounds. Other than that, it's going to be a long night for Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, I got Dustin Poirier as TKO as well, because I don't know, dude. Like, I know Justin Gaethje been hyped, and a lot of people like his battles, but when I watch him, I just watch a guy that's fucking throw hands. Like, I watch a guy with no kind of technique. To me, that's how I feel. Like Michael Johnson got caught up in that whole slugfest shit with him, and that's what happened with Michael Johnson. He's just like he was playing a skillful game. Did he let Gaethje get in that game? The thing about give to Gaethje too, he got a good chin. He got a decent chin, so he could take shots and he'll take shots and give a shot. But I feel like Poirier probably got stronger hands. Let me see, because Dustin Poirier been up and down.
I feel like Gaethje has a good he has a good chin until he doesn't have a good chin anymore. Right. You know what I mean? Like that Michael Johnson should have knocked him out, man. You know what I mean? Mike had him on Queer Street like 3 different times, man, to where he's stumbling around the octagon. Michael Johnson, 3 different times, almost had him concussed. He had him concussed, but he almost had him knocked out. And then Eddie Alvarez KO'd him. You know, so like, it's tough, man, with Justin, man. It really is tough to really. We're gonna find out this year, 2018, if Justin Gaethje is a top caliber fighter, or is he gonna be like the Knicks? I hate to say it, Gilbert Melendez. A guy that's exciting to watch, but he's not an upper echelon guy.
Yeah.
And I hate the fact that I just said that. And I'm just, just saying from the heart,
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, Dustin. Like I just want to look at who he fought last. Like I said, I watched all these fights, but it's like after a while.
Wasn't it Eddie Alvarez? No contest. Remember he was knocking Eddie. He had Eddie pretty much the fight was about to get stopped, and then Eddie, with his Rocky mentality, came back and stuffed a takedown, and then I think Eddie threw an illegal knee on the ground, and they called it a no contest.
Yeah, that was second to last fight. Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at this, and anyway, what was I was say?
He might have fought after that though. That was a while ago, man. He might have fought after that because
no, he did.
Because that's the last fight I remember. He might have fought after that.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, he fought Eddie second to last. Last person he fought was Anthony Pettis. Yeah, I wanted to look at who he fought. Like I said, I watched so many fights, like so many fucking fights, that I get fights mixed up sometimes. Like it's so many. Like I watch a lot of fights. I haven't been watching Bellator like I used to. I'm glad because I've been watching so many fights. I forget who fight who now. But if you put the two guys together, I go, okay, I remember that fight. So, yeah, he fought Anthony Pettis and KO'd Dustin Poirier, KO'd Pettis in the third round. But I think it was like a little mishap with that all going down. But, yeah, like I think Pettis is a much better striker than fucking Gaethje. Gaethje, he just swing. Like I haven't really seen anything that makes me go, okay, this guy is, like a great striker. Like I feel like he's a brawler and he lets people get into his world, which so far everybody been getting into his world. Like even Eddie tried to start off, slow and not get caught into that world. Next thing you know, Eddie's fucking making it out with him and shit. So
I know Eddie was playing that game with him. Like, what's happening? That's what tripped me out, man.
Even Michael Johnson. So I think
he get everybody to fight his fight though. Everyone, and Dustin has the personality to where he just like Eddie. Like it's easy to get him to fight your fight if you piss him off.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
If he piss him off, he want to fucking kill you. If it's a ref not in there.
I totally agree with you. Yeah. These two guys, do you see, like, me and you both took Dustin, right? You took Dustin as well, right? I took Dustin Poirier.
Yeah, I'm taking Dustin too, yeah.
Yeah, it's 5 rounds, so I say KL. It's too many rounds. It's going to be a brawl.
Yeah, somebody got to get knocked out. Somebody has to. It's 5 rounds. These guys can't go 5 rounds. Yeah, I mean, the way they fighting styles aren't built for 5-round fights, Yeah, so, like, somebody's getting knocked out. Somebody's,
So I take so I got Dustin, you got Dustin. So you think any of these guys this is, let me see. Is it lightweight division?
Yeah, it's lightweight. Okay. 155.
So we were talking about lightweight just earlier. So you think any of these guys have a chance to, swindle their way in the lightweight division contendership, or the story of the big ass story that's been, magnified now since last weekend?
Lightweight is terrible. Lightweight is just a shit show. This division is ruined. It's just ruined, man. Everything is ruined. Eddie Alvarez, man. Like, Eddie Alvarez still got something to say, man. He right there. And we have 3 champions, bro, who's never go fight each other. What kind of, that's bullshit, man. So this whole division is it's just ruined for the next year or two. It really is, if you're honest, because these guys ain't gonna fight each other within the next year, if ever. So the division is just ruined. You got a champion. Like Conor, he didn't fight for 500 days. You're not champion. You can't be champion if you ain't gonna fight nobody. Then you got Tony, who was supposed to fight Khabib. Khabib pulls out, so he fights Kevin Lee on short notice with staff. He beats Kevin Lee on short notice with staff and becomes champion. Then he gets hurt when he's supposed to unify or defend his belt or unify it, whatever you want to call it, with Khabib. And Khabib fights Al Iaquinta, who was preparing for a 3-round fight, who fights once a year and sells real estate in New York City. And he gets his belt from. So these guys ain't even fighting number 1 contenders to get their belts. So they don't even have real belts. Like to be honest, Conor's the only person that actually fought a person that was champion to get his belt.
True.
These other dudes, they just fought guys that the UFC just threw in there last minute, literally last minute.
Yeah, like
threw Kevin Lee in there last minute. He's supposed to be fighting Khabib. Threw Kevin Lee in there, interim belt. Yeah, then he throw Al in there, interim belt. You know what I mean? So these guys ain't really fighting champions to become champions, but calling themselves champions when you ain't really fought nobody to become champion.
You know,
so it's just a shit show. The division is ruined, man.
I agree. I think that interim belts are fucking toy belts to me. Like I said, let's play this. If the champ,
it's like participation trophy. It's the new participation trophy.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's all about that you tried.
To me, you're not the real champion. Like I said, to me, it just might be Conor. He's the real champion. Like Conor retired, then you know whatever they have two guys fight they think is best, or which UFC never will do a tournament.
Someone has to fight somebody, bro. I don't care. Like if you Habib, you don't have to fight Conor to become champion. Fight Tony, then you champion. Tony, you don't have to fight Conor. Fight Habib, become champion. Or Tony fight Conor. Now you're champion. Or Conor fight Habib. Now someone has to fight someone. They don't have to fight each other, all three in rotation, because that's unrealistic. Conor's not fighting both of them because he'll probably lose to both of them. He's smarter than that. So I mean, somebody just needs to fight somebody. For me, you know, I'm tired of Kevin Lee's. I like Kevin Lee too. I'm tired of the Kevin Lees and the Al Quintas and, you know, people that ain't really supposed to be fighting for belts, and you giving these guys belts off of guys that's not even at that level yet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I just think the interim belts are...
man, I'm just masking off in this podcast, man.
Yeah.
Hey, it's been a long week.
I can't get
just masking off. Have to get me on Fridays more often, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I just put interim belts are fucking toy belts until you beat the guy, the man. Other than that, like, it's a toy belt. Let the guy retire and then y'all start a tournament or, you know, get some couple big contenders and they go out, they know they duke it out. Other than that, to me, it's
I think that's a good idea.
But yeah, I love to see Carter fight Justin Gaethje. That in like a minute.
You just want to see Gaethje get KO'd, huh?
Really? He's annoying.
He likes some Aldo shit. If he likes some Aldo shit, so like, oh, there we go. Oh, he's out.
He's kind of annoying to me, dude. I don't know. Somehow Gaethje is kind of annoying.
Might as well let him fight. Might as well let him fight CM Punk then.
Right.
Come straight charging at you. Come straight to sprint at you across the octagon.
CM Punk.
We get taken down.
Yeah, that's our predictions for UFC on Fox. Sorry, I'm kind of tired. I wish I had as much energy as Prince Dunne, but I definitely don't. Shit, anything else you want to say, Prince Dunne, before we head out? Because I want to wrap this up.
Nah, man, it's a great podcast, man, and definitely looking forward to the UFC on Fox. I wish they did a better job of promoting it, you know, so more people would watch and help to boost the viewership.
Yeah,
that's not the case. So
I plan on watching it live. So if you're into UFC and you want to watch and you want to hear my reactions to these fights, tune in. Just try to check and see if you see any live countdown for the live show. I'll pick a time. I don't know if I'm going to start prelims or we'll start doing the main. It depends how my day is going. So please please subscribe, show your love, get this channel growing. You see we keep upgrading it on our own dime. Not saying I try to get you guys down to pay for it, but hey, help. You guys helping will help it easier on me, make the show grow, make more. I got a lot of more ideas for the show to grow. So please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you get updates on or when I'm on or when I'm about to be on or when I just upload the video. You don't have to hit it if you want to. All that matters to me is that you hit the subscribe button and like button, and then you can tune in whenever you want to and see if I'm up and loaded or up and live. Thank Prince Don for coming in again. Thank my boy Danny Bunbury / Hook Bunbury for dropping in and dropping a couple funny lines about Mr. Rogers. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Will you be my friend? And as always, people, please keep it Tesla.